Hey guys, I'm Tony, the owner of Homeowner Repair, and in this video we're getting ready to toss a new fin belt on this Kubota. It's a 2003 Kubota BX23. So Steve and I are getting ready to rip this thing apart, dive into it, and we'll show you what's involved with putting a new fin belt on it. But before we roll into this, remember if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell when you do, and if you have a question, leave a comment, I'll reply back to you.
Alright, so we're going to take the air cleaner housing off. We got a clamp over here. We got a clamp down here, which we're going to try and leave on and take this whole snorkel out with it. We got two 15 millimeters down here in the bracket. So we got this 10 right here. Okay. All right, here's the air cleaner sound.
Right now we're getting ready to remove the alternator. What is it, 2 bolts in this?
Yeah, it looks like it's a 12 millimeter, and there's one on the bottom for the pivot. It's kind of tight in there. I'm using a gear wrench. Get in there, can't really get a ratchet in there. Now, if you're just replacing the belt, you don't have to take this bolt all the way out. You just have to crack it loose.
Bolt on the bottom is the same size?
Yeah, it's the same size, and it's a lot tighter.
Penetrating oil?
There it goes.
It's starting to crack.
Okay, the whole nut is turning, I think. Let's see. Let's see how much we can swing this alternator forward. Now, we'll get that bolt off. We'll find that bolt. So we have the alternator forward, so we can slip the belt off of the alternator pulley. And it's tight because of that surge tank here. So we're gonna, so here's the belt, it's loose now. You would feed the belt around the fan shroud here to get this thing up and out. And it goes down.
What are you doing right now?
So I'm rotating the PTO shaft around so I can get at the next bolt.
Okay.
And it's probably a good idea to put a paint mark on this, just so we have everything going back in the same way.
Yep.
So when I get the last bolt out, we'll put a paint mark on it.
So there looks to be 4 bolts. You already just took one out. We're turning the PTO shaft so you can access the other one, right?
Yep.
What size bolt is that?
12 millimeter.
12 millimeter?
Yeah.
So we're gonna finish breaking these free.
So I put a paint mark on here just so we know how it's going to come apart, and I believe there's one more bolt after this. I get the vice grips locked onto the shaft, so when I turn it, it gets to a point and it holds it. And the bolts, they're really not all that tight, so they crack loose, so they're fine thread. So crack them loose, and then you can grab them with your fingers and spin them out.
All this for a fan belt, huh?
Yeah, and I'm hoping we have enough room to push this shaft back to get the belt off. So it looks like there's only 3 of them on there. So
Okay.
so now let's see if we can this yoke. All right, looks like I'm probably just gonna have enough room. Here's the belt. Get around here. You have to get it by the yoke here.
Tight area.
Right.
So you're pulling the,
Trying to pull the shaft back.
yep, to get the belt by the crank pulley in the shaft, right?
Correct. And I think if I leave it in that position, I can go up top and get it now.
So what we're gonna do is I'm on top of the motor. I'm gonna grab hold of the belt, and Steve's gonna has a little pry bar. He's gonna pry that PTO shaft away from the crank a little bit, and help him out by lifting this belt up. You would think this would have been easier, but it's pretty compact in here, right?
Yeah. Can you pull it up now?
Yep.
So we managed to pull the PTO shaft back far enough, and it's tight, real tight. And we got the belt off of it, so now it's just on the top side, so we have to swing the belt around the fan here to get it out. Everything is very tight on this tractor, kind of surprisingly, so. Joy. All right, so there's our belt. So we're gonna start off by running the belt around the fan, getting it around the fan pulley, around the fan itself first.
This would be the same procedure if the radiator was in it. It'd just be a little tougher, right?
Yeah. Just a little bit tighter. Oh, a lot of bit tighter. You can see now that we have it around the bottom pulley of the crankshaft. And then it'll go in this position here. And we just took advantage of the fact that we had the radiator out of it. You would have to have someone on the bottom pulling that input shaft away from the crankshaft to slip the belt around it. It's very tight. Even with only disconnecting the front side, the 3 bolts, the shaft only moves back about 9/16 of an inch, and the belt is a 1/2 inch, so there's not a lot of room to get in there. If you were doing this by yourself, you'd probably be better off taking off the other side of the shaft and hanging it down so that you could slip it around. I'll try and use my belt tool to grab the belt and roll it around the alternator pulley. Because you can't get your hand in there. All right.
It must have fell off.
Is that on there?
Now you are. Now you're on the crank. There you go. Just lined up.
All right, tighten the 2 alternator bolts, brackets. And you gotta tighten them before you tighten the belt because you can't get the ratchet in there.
Okay. So right now we're putting the air filter assembly back on. Gotta put the hoses back on those. Thanks for watching the video. So that's about it. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I will reply back to you. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.